The bandsaw is a machine that cuts wood with a thin, flexible saw blade. The blade wraps around two pulleys above and below the cutting table. Before using the bandsaw, the guard must be adjusted so that it is no more than a 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters above the stock. Due to the noise generated by the bandsaw, hearing protection is required for the operator and for anyone inside the black and yellow line. The bandsaw may not be operated until everyone in the designated area is wearing the proper PPE. In addition, bandsaw users must understand and apply the 3 safety principles that apply to all the machines. The no-finger zone for the bandsaw is the 1-inch black square around the blade as well as anywhere in front of the blade. Fingers should never be in the path of the blade, especially when pushing stock. The line of cut for the bandsaw is directly into the table. It's important to recognize that the saw blade of the bandsaw is only moving in the downward direction, and that's where it's pushing the stock. Stock being cut on the bandsaw should be referenced flat on the cutting table. If angle cuts are needed, the table can rotate to accommodate the cut. The stock should never be angled, as this would be improper referencing. Push the stock towards the blade to cut it while being careful to observe the 3 safety rules. If needed, use a push block to keep your fingers away from the blade. Lay out your cuts beforehand by drawing lines on the stock. The bandsaw can cut straight lines or curves, but the minimum radius of the curve is limited by the thickness of the blade. When cutting curves, be sure to continue pushing the stock forward, as the bandsaw only cuts when stock is pushed into it. Don't rotate the stock in place. Put wood scraps that are too small to repurpose into the cardboard box below the bandsaw. Put usable scraps in the scrap area. Remember to turn on the vacuum system before cutting a large volume and to vacuum the work area afterward. Remember, students may never operate the bandsaw if they are alone in the room.